Good morning, good morning, good morning, man. Thanks so much for joining us here this morning on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put it in a book, we absolutely will find it. I'm your host, ERGJ, Certified Financial Educator. And this is just a time where we get together and we read together, where we look to level up in our thinking, changing the way that we think and changing our results, the results that we have in this world, in this life. Well, we actually can do that by by deciding what we put in, garbage out, good stuff in, good stuff out. And so you got to ask yourself, you look at the results that you have in life, what are you getting? It's all based upon what you were sowing. And so we decided that we're going to sow good stuff into our membrane, good stuff into what we watch, good stuff into what we listen to. We're going to guard our hearts and our minds, right? We're going to guard those things. That way we can get out of life what we desire. Once you understand that you don't get out of life what you need, you got a life what you deserve. And that's from my good mentor. It said everybody needs stuff, but just because you need something don't mean that you'll get it. But if you deserve it, you typically will. And so, good morning to you, by the way, New Black Wall Street Book Club, man. We're gonna get this thing rocking and rolling this morning. Hey, man, got 30 minutes a day. That's right, 30 minutes a day to keep broke away. 30 minutes a day to keep broke away. While you guys are connecting, man, go ahead and let us know. Go ahead and say good morning to you, by the way. At 7 o'clock, we ready to rock and roll. This is just what we do each and every day, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to be going through the book, How to Be Rich. And we're picking up on a new chapter called A Rich Inner Life is Soon Rich Outside. A rich inner life is soon rich outside. Well, I know that you don't have a lot of time. I don't either. 30 minutes a day to keep broke away. New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. Time to get this show on the road. You know what time it is, Mr. DJ. Hit the music.
Oh, the words from the pages change your world. Your world can change your heart. It can change your mind. It can change your life. Can change your world.
All right, my beautiful people, man. Thanks so much for joining us again here on New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in the book, we absolutely will find it. We are picking up in the book How to Be Rich. That's right, How to Be Rich. Compact wisdom from the world's greatest wealth builders. Right, compact wisdom from the greatest wealth builders. This book is available in our store. You can pick this thing up for $15. All you gotta do is just really inbox us, let us know you'd like to get the book. Why not get the book, by the way? For $15 make a difference in your life. Well, just inbox us, let us know you want to pick this thing up. We'll get that thing out to you ASAP Rocky. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator, CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, CEO of ERGJ Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. That's right, The Black Billionaires Club. It's a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And it really, guys, I just believe that if you want to be wealthy, you should study wealthy people. Well, that's just what we do here on this terrific Tuesday. We are studying wealthy people. And so as we get into this thing today, man, if you want to pick this book up, just go over to www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. You can pick this book up today. Matter of fact, while you're thinking about picking up the book, you might want to consider joining the club. That's right, it's a club of business people, a club of entrepreneurs and entrepreneurs who have decided they're going to walk away from the crowd of doing nothing, the crowd of being broke, the crowd of complaining about everything, the crowd of looking at the problems but not looking at the solution. And they're going to walk with the few who are finding solutions to their problems, the few who are doing something about what they're talking about, the few who are serious about winning in business, winning in money, and winning in life. And so if you want to be around winners, like-minded people, ask yourself who you've been around, by the way. And you want to go ahead and join the Black Billionaires Club, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. $20 decision right now. It's a $20 decision to change your life forever. Well, guys, we're going to get right to what we're going to talk about here today. Hey, we want to start with our mastermind cards, by the way. We use these things here, these flashcards. We use these things to change the way that we think. So we'll change our life forever. And we're on day number 9 of the flashcards. You pick these things up as well. 21 days, right? 21 days, 21 days to change a habit. So this day number 9 is called choice. Everybody put in the console, choice. Yes, I got a choice. Choice. My money has no conscience. It depends on me to direct it to increase or direct it to decrease. But the choice is mine. That's right. The choice is mine. What happens with the money that comes into my hand is my choice. I'm either going to increase it or decrease it. That's up to me. If it is to be, it's up to me. Well, guys, you guys do have a choice. You got a choice whether you're going to invest in yourself. You got a choice whether you're going to invest $20. You got a choice whether you're going to pick these things up for $20. You got a choice. You're going to pick this book up for $20. You got a choice. You're going to pick this book up for $15. You got a choice. You direct it. And the choice is yours. Well, guys, we want to get right to what we're going to read today. How to be rich. We're talking about a rich inner life is soon rich outside. A rich inner life is soon rich on the outside. Well, let's get right into this thing this morning, man. We're going 30 minutes a day to keep broke away. So first we're going to hear from Ralph Waldo Trine, who's talking about intuition. Everybody putting guns on intuition. Our link to the source of all riches, intuition. He goes on to say this, that intuition is to the spiritual nature and understanding what sense perception is to sensuous nature and understanding. It is an inner spiritual sense through which we are open to the direct revelation and knowledge of the secrets of nature and life. Through intuition, we are brought into conscious unity and fellowship with the source and made to realize our own deific nature and supremacy of being, spiritual supremacy and illumination. Thus realized through the development and perfection of intuition under divine inspiration, gives the perfect inner vision and direct insight into the character, properties, and purpose of all things to which the attention and interests are directed. It is, we repeat, a spiritual sense opening inwardly as the physical senses open outwardly. Because it has the capacity to perceive and grasp and know the truth at first hand, independent of all external sources of information, we call it intuition. All inspired teaching and spiritual revelations are based upon the recognition of the spiritual faculty of the soul and its power to receive and appropriate them. Conscious unity in spirit and purpose with the source, born out of supreme desire and trust, opens the soul through this inner sense. Then comes immediate inspiration and enlightenment from the divine omniscience, and the cooperative energy of the divine omnipotence, under which there is created a seer and a master. Lord, these are some good big words. On this higher plane of realized spiritual life in the flesh, the mind holds an impersonal attitude and acts with unfettered freedom and unbiased vision, grasping truth at first hand and independent of all external sources of information. Approaching all beings and things from the divine side, they are seen in the light of the divine omniscience, God's purpose in them, and so the truth concerning them, as it rests in the mind of God, are revealed by the direct illumination from the divine mind to which the soul is open inwardly through the spiritual sense we call intuition. Good morning, Mr. Dane. So call it the voice of the soul. Everybody putting calls on the voice of the soul. Intuition, your intuition, which if we leaned on it a little bit more, we may have avoided a lot of different things in life, right? Knowing that that was the truth, that was for real, that was the right? The voice of the soul was calling you, was speaking to you. Some call it the voice of God. Some call it the sixth sense. It is our inner spiritual sense. To the degree that we come into recognition of our own true selves, into the realization of the enemies of our life with the infinite life, and to the degree that we open ourselves to this divine inflow, does this voice of intuition, this voice of the soul, this voice of God speak clearly. In the degree that we recognize, listen to, and obey it, does it speak ever more clearly until by and by there comes the time when it is unerring, absolutely unerring in its guidance. Man, as we recognize, listen to, and obey. Recognize, listen, and obey. Now, this is interesting, I think, because I think as I've been growing up, there's been this fight, it seems like, on the inside of whether it's God speaking to us or the enemy or the devil or whatever you want to call it. And it kind of like that those cartoons where you have the angel on one side and the devil on the other, right? They just both talking to you, right? It's a battlefield of the mind. And what they're saying is that, man, when we get into that space of clarity, and we recognize that this is the voice of the soul or the voice of God or your sixth sense telling you what to do, what's going on. You recognize it first, you listen to it. Now, I think this is where it gets tricky. When it's time, once you recognize, okay, that was God speaking, that was my intuition speaking, it told me what to do, and you listen to it. But then that last part is a little tricky, right? Obey. To obey that which it is that you've heard. To do that which it is that you know you should do. That seems to be the most difficult thing to do as a human being, to simply do what you know that you should have done based upon what you heard from the inside. I mean, it's like, oh, that couldn't have been God speaking. No, that was just me speaking. No, that was the enemy. No, it's like we get to the place of clarity where you recognize, you listen, and obey. Recognize, listen, and obey. Now we hear a passage from Mr. James Allen, one of my favorite authors. He says that it's talking about that calm confidence that commands success. Calm confidence that commands success. Everybody put in the console, calm confidence. Calm confidence that commands success is another view of intuition. As you succeed in gaining mastery, I like that word, mastery, over your impulses and thoughts. I asked a young lady last night, I said, let me ask you this question. Can I ask you something personal? She said, yes, go right ahead. I said, well, I want to ask you this question. Do you control your emotions or do your emotions control you? Great question to ask, by the way. As she was dealing with some stuff and she's going through all these this turmoil in her life, I just simply asked, do you control your emotions or do your emotions control you? Now she thought about that. She said, well, right now my emotions are controlling me. I said, okay, I just wanted to know. She started asking, why'd you want to know? And I just wanted to know. And really, I was asking her something for her to think of for herself, but it was just like, oh, wow, you're in a state right now where your emotions are controlling you. And, you recognize it. So she recognized it. Pretty cool. That's the first step, to be able to recognize that you. Now, here's what I want you to, here's what I believe. And here's what I've come to understand. That in any area where you are not in control, you're out of control. Right? If your emotions control you instead of you controlling your emotions, you're out of control. If your thoughts control you instead of you controlling your thoughts, you're out of control. If your day controls you instead of you controlling your day, you're out of control. If your business controls you instead of you controlling your business, you are out of control. And I don't think that the good Lord ever wanted us to be out of control. Everything should be done in decency and in order. I think he wants us to be, that's the reason why he's giving us free will, for us to decide to be in control. Matter of fact, we got God in us. God is always in control. And I think the little God that's in us should always be in control of this little life that we live on this little earth. Let me say this again for the people in the back. I'm just saying, this is what I learned. If your emotions control you instead of you controlling your emotions, you are out of control. If your thoughts control you instead of you controlling your thoughts, you are out of control. If your day runs you instead of you running your day, you are out of control. If your business runs you instead of you running your business, you're out of control. Let me throw one more in there. If your money controls you instead of you controlling your money, you're out of control. Now, why is this so important? Because the good book tells us that you can only have one master. You can only have one master. So my question to you this morning is, who's your master? Is your master God? Is that your master? Are your emotions your master? Is money your master? Is your business your master? Is your day your master? Are your thoughts your master? Who is your master? I think what they Show Enough said, who's the master? That was Show Enough said that Bruce Last Dragon. Who's your master? Who's your master? Good morning to you, Tiasha today. How are you? Good morning to you. Thanks so much for joining us here on Instagram Live. Right, so as you gain mastery over your impulses and thoughts, you will begin to feel growing up within you a new and silent power and a settled feeling of composure and strength will remain with you. Your latent powers will begin to unfold themselves, and whereas your efforts were formerly weak and ineffectual, you'll now be able to work with that calm confidence. Everybody put it down, so calm confidence. You'll now be able to work with that calm confidence that commands success. Along with this new power and strength, there will be awakened within you that interior illumination known as intuition. And you will walk no longer in darkness and speculation, but in light and certainty. How many guys have been in a situation where your intuition was so bright that no matter what you heard from anybody else, no matter what everybody else was doing or thinking or saying, you was like, no, I'm going with my intuition on this one. It might have been something where they was gonna go do something stupid. He was like, no, I'm gonna go the other way. My intuition said, no, don't do that. And you were certain that you knew, you recognized, you listened to, and you obeyed that inner voice. That don't do that. Don't go there. Now, I like to say it like this. I talk about it all the time, walking away from the crowd. Don't do what they do. Don't go where they go. Don't talk how they talk. Right? Go the other way. It's really easy, guys. If you want to be unusual, just do what everybody else won't do. You want to be extraordinary, just simply do what everybody else won't do. I mean, everybody else gonna go to the football game, don't mean that you got to. Everybody else gonna go to the club, don't mean that you got to. Everybody else gonna smoke them some weed and drinking some alcohol. That don't mean that you got to. You want to be different? Just simply do what everybody else is unwilling to do. You want to have an unusual kind of income? Just do what everybody else is unwilling to do. I'm telling you. Matter of fact, I went to a vending event last night, right? And I told y'all, me and vending, I don't think it's gonna work out no more. But anyway, as I was talking to a young lady who I've been noticing people be trying to get coaching in for me on the sneak tip. They come over and start talking. This thing, they asking questions. They trying to get coaching from me. I'm like, dang, is you trying to get coaching from me without paying me? Anyway, as she was talking to me, she was saying she does paparazzi, which is a jewelry company that's like an MLM type thing. And she was saying that she's close to retirement, but she wanted to do something. And I was like, okay, you just wanted to do something, but you haven't really figured out what you want to do. She said, well, I like jewelry, and this is actually kind of fun. I was like, okay, cool, that's cool. And so I just wanted to talk to her about what's it require, right? And what does it require if you want to be successful? First you got to define success for yourself. Everybody say, put in the console, define success. You have to define success. You could be doing something just to be doing it, that's fine. But until you actually define what success is in that which it is that you're doing, then you're just doing something. So I told her, well, you got to define success for yourself first, because I can't really help you get to somewhere if I don't know where that is that you want to go. I'm just talking out of blind faith if I don't know what it is that you want to do, where you want to go, where you want to take this thing, right? What level of success do you want? What is success to you? Success to you could just be coming out here and doing this event. I don't know. As we talked, I said, well, it's two things. If you want this level of success, you got to get good at it. You got to get good at selling this stuff, right? It's a whole bunch of paparazzi people out here, What's going to make you stand out from the rest? I mean, really, even if y'all all selling the same thing, I'm telling you, I could literally go to an event and it'd be nothing but paparazzi vendors there. And I could outsell all of them. We could all have the same stuff, be selling the same stuff, and I will outsell all of them. Now, how's that possible? I mean, what makes me different than them? We all got the same stuff, so it's not the stuff. It's not what you sell. That has a little bit to do with it, but it's very little bit to do with it. I mean, some stuff you got to sell itself, but I will outsell them all combined. Why is that? It has nothing to do with what I'm selling. It has a lot to do with what I've defined to success to be. Then I talked to her, I said, well, the other areas, this MLM, you're going to have to recruit. You're going to have to recruit. That's part of it. If you really want the kind of money you want to make from this thing that you're just doing, you're going to have to recruit. I don't like recruit. Well, I don't know about, you're not like a recruit. So, people be calling, they be trying to get people to sign up and this. I said, well, I guess it's a way in which you actually introduce it. Right? You introduce it. You don't have to badger people and call people every 5 days and see if they're going to join. You just simply talk to the people who buy from you and just ask them simple questions. Would you like to make some more money? Are you interested in earning some extra dollars? Well, you like this piece of jewelry? Well, you can make money selling it too if you like to do that. Just give me a call, something you want to interested in. You just got to introduce the opportunity. And so when I told about everybody putting calls on introduce, when I told about introducing it, it was a little bit different. I said, think about it. There may be somebody that comes across your path who does want to make some extra money, but they simply don't know how. No one has ever introduced them to an opportunity to make more money. So if you just simply introduce them, they've already bought some jewelry, they like jewelry. It may be something they might be interested in doing. They say, well, let me get some more information. Let me call you later. Let me think about this. Let me find out what it takes in order for me to make some extra money doing this. And leave it at that. You don't got to call them no more. You ain't got to do nothing. Give them your card. Let them call you, because when they call you, then you know they're ready to go. And keep it moving. That's it. Sometimes you just got to introduce. I don't know why I'm talking about this morning. I guess because it happened last night. Anyway, you see how she tried to get some coaching from me, right? She didn't join the Black Billionaires Club, by the way. Nope, she didn't do that. Not yet. But that's why I left her. I said, see, this is where you get with the Black Billionaires Club. When you get ready, go ahead and join the club. Then we can have more conversations like this. Well, how did I get over here? As long as this new power and strength there, T.I. should say, hey, teach me, show me how. I know that's right. I'm going to have to show you. I'll be in, where am I be this Saturday? This weekend, I'll be in Augusta, Georgia, by the way. I think I'm taking a good friend with me. People we want to ride with me now. I say, oh, Lord, he out there making some money. We're going to see what he's doing. He's doing something different. That's right, man. They buy me. They buy my presentation. They buy my energy. They buy my enthusiasm. They buy my passion. They buy my desire to get their money. That's what they buy. I got a desire to get the money that's in your pocket. I'm trying to tell you, I got a strong desire to get the money that's in your pocket. I know it's in there too, by the way. Along with this new power and strength, there will be awakened within you that interior illumination known as intuition. You will walk no longer in darkness and speculation, but in light and certainty. With the development of the soul, vision, judgment, and mental penetration will be incalculably increased, and there will evolve within you that prophetic vision by the aid of which you will be able to sense coming events. Oh, listen to that. You'll be able to sense coming events and to forecast with remarkable accuracy the results of your efforts. And in just the measure that you alter from within, will your outlook upon life alter. As you alter your mental attitude towards others, they will alter their attitude and conduct towards you. As you rise above the lower, debilitating and destructive thought forces, you will come in contact with the positive, strengthening, and upbuilding currents generated by strong, pure, noble minds. Your happiness will be immeasurably intensified. You will begin to realize the joy, strength, and power born only of self-mastery. This joy, this strength, this power will be continually radiating from you. without any effort on your part. Though you are utterly unconscious of it, strong people will be drawn toward you. Influence will be put into your hands, and outward events will shape themselves in accordance with your altered thought world. This is why we simply say this: things will change for you when you change. Things will get better for you when you get better. If you want your life to change, you must change. If you want your life to be better, you must get better. This is why we go back to what we said this morning. Choice. It's your choice. You choose to get better. You choose these things in life. You choose it. It's your choice. We'll read this last. No. Yeah. Maybe. We'll read this last piece by Orson Martin. I never heard this person before. Visualization. Turning the mind into a magnet. Everybody put a console. Turn my mind into a magnet. Visualization. Turning your mind into a magnet. There's a power that is creative, that operates everywhere, a power that is destined to lift every created thing up to the peak of its possibilities. This power is latent in you, awaiting expression, oh Lord, awaiting your cooperation to realize your ambition. The first step is toward utilizing it is to visualize the ideal of what you want to make real. The ideal of the man or the woman you aim to be and the things you want to do. Without this initial step, the further process of creating is impossible. This is why I asked the lady, I said, well, you need to define success. In other words, what's your ideal? Right? The ideal of what you want to make real, the ideal of the man or woman you aim to be and the things you want to do. Great discoveries, discoverers, scientists, explorers, philanthropists, inventors, philosophers who have pushed the world forward are done immeasurable service for humanity, such as Columbus and Goodyear, Fulton, Edison, Bell, have visualized their dreams. They have nursed their visions through long years, many of them in the midst of poverty, persecution, ridicule, and opposition of all sorts, until they brought their dreams to earth and made them realities. In making a study of the methods of successful men and women, I found that they are almost invariably strong and vivid visualizers of the things they are trying to accomplish. They are intense workers as well as dreamers and nurse their vision tenaciously until they match it with reality. They build castles in the air, but they put the solid foundation of reality under them. One of the most illustrious opera singers of our past was a poor girl singing in a little church choir in her native village in Maine, when even her own people thought it a disgrace for a girl to appear on the stage, to sing in public concerts or in opera. She was picturing herself a great prima donna, singing before vast audiences in the United States and foreign capitals and before the crowned heads of Europe. I want to go back here and go back to this first step. Everybody put a console the first step. The first step. Good morning to you, by the way. Miss Mary, why you bugging? Good morning to you, Miss Mary. How are you today? The first step. Everybody put a console on the first step. We're going to sit on this. We're going to leave it at this today because I want some of us that are watching today or maybe watching later, we got to get the first step. The first step towards utilizing, and then the first steps toward the actual realization of what you want. The first step. Everybody put a console on the first step. The first step for anything that you want, you desire to acquire. The first step toward utilizing is to visualize the ideal of what you want to make real. So my first question to you, write this down. Something for you to think about today. Ponder on if you don't know. What do you want to make real? You see, faith is the evidence of things hoped for and the substance of things not seen, or something like that. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. What do you want to make real? That's the first question. You write that down. Think about it today. What do you want to make real? What do you want to bring into a reality? What do you want to create? What do you want to make real? Second question. Let's talk about ideals. I-D-E-A-L. I-D-E-A-L. Ideals. Says success is a progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Well, I think it's a worthy ideal to recognize or to conjure up or to visualize what you want to make real. What do you want to make real? Number two, what man or woman do you aim to be? What man or woman do you aim to be? Not saying like this, in order for you and I to have the things of our dreams, we must become the person of our dreams. Many of us have never thought about the person we need to become in order to have the things that we want to have. Number one, what do you want to make real? Number two, what man or woman do you aim to be? And then number three, what things do you want to do? These are things to think about, to ponder on, to consider, to meditate on. If you don't have answers to these questions, where are you going? What do you want to make real? Who do you want to be? What things do you want to do? What do you want to create? What type of life do you want to build? That's these questions they're asking. Your worthy ideal. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. And I think it's worthy for you to figure out what you want to make into reality. I think it's worthy for you to figure out what type of man or woman you want to be. I think it's a worthy idea to figure out what it is that you want to do. I throw another one in. What difference do you want to make in this world? That's another good one. What difference, what impact do you want to make in this world? This is the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put it in a book, we absolutely will find it. At this time, a good quote from my billion-dollar mentor, my virtual billion-dollar mentor, says this, that price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Price is what you pay, but value is what you get. Right now, I want to think about the price you paid to be here, guys, whatever that is for you. Didn't cost you a dime, but it did cost you something more valuable, which is your time. Whether you've been with us for 30 minutes or 3 minutes, I don't take your time loosely. It is valuable. Let's think about the price you paid to be here, guys. Now, I got to ask you, what value did you receive? In other words, was this worth your time and why? In the comments below, share that answer. Why was this worth your time? What did you learn today? What's your takeaway today as you go out into your terrific Tuesday, as you go out to crush your goals, as you go out to build your dreams? How was this time that we spent together on the New Black Wall Street Book Club worthy to you? How have we helped you to move forward in accomplishing your dreams? Well, guys, I know I talk much faster than you type, and so as you guys are typing that out, the value that you received today, and I want to give you another opportunity for those who have not joined yet, the Black Billionaires Club. You can do that by going over to www.theblackbillionairesclub.com, www.theblackbillionairesclub.com. We do this on a regular. Matter of fact, if you're on YouTube, you just scroll on down to go down my videos. You'll see an introduction there on what the benefits are for you if you decide to join. A $20 decision to change your life, and this book club is part of it. Changing the way that we think to will change our life forever. Changing the way we think to will change our life forever. You fix your mind, you'll fix your money. You fix your mind, and you will fix everything else in your life. Well, guys, I want you to remember this, that it takes a village. That's right, and it starts with us. It starts with a man or woman looking in the mirror and deciding they're going to be the change that they want to see. Let's build, people. Let's build these businesses. Let's build these bank accounts. Let's build our community. But most importantly, let's build each other. And let's do it together. We all we got. But guess what? That's enough. I pray to God to preserve each and every one of you, that you'll go out today and have a terrific Tuesday, that you'll go out and you'll crush your goals, and that you'll meet us tomorrow right here, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Until that time, you know what time it is. DJ, hit the music.